So I've been getting a lot of messages asking me what I've been doing and how I've been staying occupied during quarantine, and well, I think it's pretty much the same as everyone else. Just reorganized this shelf a little bit. I think it looks a lot better. Gonna finally be trying all of this skincare and whatever else I find under the sink. All right, well, I just tried this serum for the first time, but why does it smell smoky? Like, it smells like food. I think it's gonna rain, so I'm getting the dog's walk in. I've been doing really well with not online shopping except for this. Well, we're watching this, I guess. This might be my last day having pickles. Yeah, it is. So this is the grow out situation with my nails right now. I'm really considering doing my own fill because I have the drill. I mean, who didn't think that this guy looked like he'd be a snitch? First and foremost, I want to say I hope you guys are doing well and everyone is staying really safe and healthy. I am on quarantine, obviously, like the rest of the United States or pretty much the rest of the world right now. Everyone is pretty much just staying home for the next month, and we have been for like the last couple of weeks. Homebodies are really out here thriving right now. A lot of people have been asking me, you know, if it's difficult for me, and I feel like if you're a homebody, you're kind of prepared for this. Like, we're used to this. It's like some slight adjustments, it's slightly more inconvenient, and it's a little scary. But other than that, I'm pretty content with staying home and I can occupy myself always. So I haven't really had that much of a problem with that. But I've been trying to focus on a lot of things that will have a positive impact on my life during this time versus just like wasting the month and being sad. I feel like that's so important to just like change your own mindset. And that's not to downplay the situation either. I mean, obviously I think it's serious and something that we need to, you know, be aware of and all of that, but at the same time, try to make it as comfortable for yourself as possible and as enjoyable for yourself as possible. So I've really been taking this time to dabble in a little self-care, which normally I actually don't go that crazy into. So I've been trying a bunch of different skincare things that have just kind of built up. Like, either I get it in PR or I bought it, you know, because my dermatologist said to buy it, and then I never ended up trying it, even though said mask might have been $60. I don't know how she talked me into that. I'm also trying to get back on track with some of my at-home stuff, such as abs. We're working on abs. And also I'm using my Kenzie again, which is this at-home IPL handset, and this is used for hair reduction at home. It's kind of like laser hair removal at home, except it's with light therapy. It's insanely easy to use. All you do is plug it in and turn it on, and it has 5 intensity levels, which I've done an entire video on this before, and I am gonna do an updated video because I know a lot of you guys had wanted like a final results type of video, which I definitely plan on doing. I don't want to talk about it too much in this video, but I am excited to share that with you. And also, I'm really, really happy to say that Kenzie has decided to partner with me for the year, so they're going to be sponsoring a few videos on my channel, which I'm so grateful for, especially like during this time. But this is a product that I really love and recommend, and one that has worked really well for me. I will go ahead and link my first video, which was my kind of like initial impressions and like my midway through results. If you are interested in seeing that, I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it yet. But I really like this and I recommend it. I have my own $50 off code now. If you guys remember from the other video, I was just giving you guys the holiday code because it was better than what I had. So my old one was only $30 off and my new one is $50 off, which I'm so excited about. So I will leave it right here and also link it down below for you. But I definitely recommend this. You guys can look up other reviews or read other reviews. But I really like this and it's definitely worked well for me. I did fall off with it a little bit, so I'm glad to be kind of maintenancing with it again, because when I went to Miami, I used it right before, and then you only need to use it like once a week, so I didn't take it with me. But midway through my trip in Miami, I got sick. And when I came home, I was sick for like another 3 or 4 weeks. So I wasn't using it then because I was focusing on, you know, getting better. Hair removal or reduction was not like my main focus in life. I would say the most tedious part obviously is like to do your legs, because like it's long and like this window is not really all that big. But now I really have the time to just kind of sit there and pay a little bit more attention to it. You guys know that they do have a 90-day money back guarantee, so I think it's really kind of like a no risk situation. I was able to see results only using it once or twice, so 1 or 2 weeks, and I saw noticeable results. So again, I don't want to talk about it too much in this video just because I've already done a whole video and I'm gonna do its own dedicated video, but I definitely saw results with this and definitely recommend it. You can look up different reviews and stuff. There's like 1 million reviews on YouTube about it now, and also there's like a lot of written reviews. I would say every review that I've read, it's worked for them or they've sworn by it. I know a lot of you guys have tried it as well and have liked the results, so definitely if you want to do your research, I'll leave their website down below if you want to read their FAQs as well as my video, and then of course you can do your own research too. So big thank you to Kenzie for partnering with me and for wanting to sponsor a few upcoming videos, including this one. I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that it's with a company that I really like and a product that I love. And I also wanted to give a big thank you to you guys as well, because I realized without my viewers, I wouldn't be offered sponsorships and partnerships and things like that. And it is what keeps the lights on. It's what keeps my dogs fed. You guys know that this is what I do for work, and sponsorships are really my main source of income. So thank you guys, big thank yous all around. I really do appreciate it, and I love when I get to work with a company where I love the product and just believe in the product so much. So it's definitely a blessing, and I feel very, very lucky to be able to be still working and to be able to work from home and all of that. So thank you to everyone involved, all parties involved. I appreciate you. I would say the second most popular question I've been getting is, what am I eating? Because you guys know that I don't really cook and I don't really like to eat at home. So normally I'll eat out or get carry out, and I think a lot of people were concerned, what is she going to do during this time? So I did actually film, or I am filming, what I'm eating during quarantine, and I thought it would be kind of like an interesting video. It's not as entertaining as I thought it was going to be, and it's a little embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. So I knew that going into this whole thing that I wasn't gonna be making no big meals or anything like that, because number one, I'm one person, so portions are kind of like difficult to figure out, and number two, I don't like eating leftovers, so it's kind of an issue. I'm not really someone that cares about creating some big elaborate meal just for myself. Like, I just really don't care. If I was gonna be making something for someone else or like trying to impress someone, then I'd put a little bit more thought and effort into it. My first round of quarantine groceries I ate in probably 2 to 3 days, and it's not something I'm proud of, but it's one of the reasons why I don't keep a lot of food in the house. I cannot be trusted with it. If it's there and I like it, I'm gonna eat it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have kids. They're gonna have to keep their like snacks in their room or something, because I can't be responsible with it. The second time I went shopping for groceries was a little bit easier, because by then the novelty and like the newness of having food in the house had worn off, and I cared less. And I also tried to buy things that were like slightly inconvenient, where I'd have to like actually do something to make it. So I've been a lot better with it. I actually right now am not all that interested in food, and I'm glad about that, because going into quarantine, I was, especially after the first couple days of like just eating all my food, I was like, wow, I'm either gonna come out of quarantine really fat or I'm gonna hit my goal weight. There's no in between. I'm now leaning more towards I'm gonna hit my goal weight eventually, especially by the end of this, because they've extended the quarantine. I'm no longer interested in food that much, or like eating just to eat. It's not as much of a pleasure to me right now as it had been before. Plus, you know, sometimes eating is like a social thing as well. And since we got no social life going on, I'm really just not that interested. There are a couple foods that I miss, pizza, obviously, and sushi. And I could get both of those things, but I've decided to not do takeout or delivery right now. I'm really trying to do like the eat at home thing, especially since I'm not really like working out as much. I am still working out at home, but I can't really get in, or I could, I'm sure, but like I'm not really getting in what I normally get in. So I don't know, I thought it would be like a fun challenge and something, again, that's positive to kind of get down to the weight that I want. And basically what I'm focused on is not so much the number weight, even though that's part of it, but I just want to reduce my body fat percentage. That's like the biggest thing to me, because, you know, I want the abs to show and everything like that. I had stopped working on abs for a little bit, but now that I'm home, I'm working on it a lot more, because I always do abs at home. I don't want to lay on anything at the gym. Even if I bring my own mat, like I don't want to. I only want to do abs at home. So that's been something I've been focusing on more. But yeah, the eating, I basically eat like a broke college student or child. They are a lot of things that a child would like to take to lunch, so that's something. But I made sure that I didn't really buy any like snacks or anything, or very few snacks, because I just don't think it's good to be just like randomly snacking or like aimlessly eating, which I feel like I normally kind of do a lot of if it's available. So I just kind of make it not available to me, but with the quarantine thing, I have to have it available. So it's been a little bit of a self-control thing, but after a week or two, I started to get more acclimated to it. It's been a good thing for me, which I know probably doesn't sound good to like a lot of you guys, because I know some of you guys are really living your best food life at home, but I just don't want to get out of control with it, especially since like the activities, not as much. It's really hard to get motivated to work out at home. I tried like a couple workouts online and stuff, but honestly, like what I enjoy doing and what I mostly do when I go to the gym is I do a lot of like heavy weighted things, and I can't really do that at home because pretty much everything I do is like 100 pounds or like in that area, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, and it's not really something I can replicate at home safely. So I basically just been bringing it back to basics. I have some gym equipment at the house, which I'm really grateful for. I've got like a yoga mat, I've got a Bosu ball, some free weights, also some resistance bands. So I've been trying to get creative with it, but you know, if I've got some muscle loss, which I'm sure I will, you know, it is what it is. I've actually gone through longer periods of time not working out before, so you have muscle memory, and I think when I get back in there, everything will come back pretty quick. So I'm not really focused on that. It's not the most important thing to me, but you know, obviously fitness is good to have, and it's good for it just like boosts your mood. I'm really focusing on like mood boosting or like morale boosting things right now, as I mentioned before. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I've been posting a lot more like outfit pictures and things like that. It's been kind of something that's fun for me. I actually miss, that is one thing I miss. I miss getting dressed, even though I never really would go anywhere like that you would need to get that dressed. I always like to. It's just something that makes me feel good. And I would say probably the first week of quarantine, I just did like the pajamas thing. But I'm really not into that. Even though I work from home anyway, I normally do get some level of ready. Not always full hair and makeup and outfit, but like some level of dressed. I like to, it just makes me feel more productive. If I stay in my pajamas the whole time, I feel bummy and horrible, first of all, but I also don't get as much accomplished. I had gotten a few pieces that were for like spring, summer 2020, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it on. I'm still gonna take a picture. It's part of what I do for work, creating content and things like that on my platforms. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it because I wanna show them like these outfit ideas that I have or different things, and I have time to be taking the pictures, so why not? So if you guys are interested in stuff like that, feel free to follow my Instagram. I'll leave it here and like link it down below for you. But that's been something that I've been enjoying. I've been taking the dogs for walks, but that's like not really anything new. We're going on like some different paths because I don't know, just to keep them from getting bored. And I also, like when it's nice out, I'll keep the patio open. I don't remember my allergies being this bad at any point when I've lived here, so I was a little shocked that my eyes are being so sensitive to it right now. I don't know how it's gonna look on camera, but my eyes are so itchy and it's just been horrible. Like I'll wake up and they're like glued shut, and you know, just from like all of the like eye ooze. Right now it's really rainy out, so I haven't been having the door open, but my allergies have been really, really bad. So I want to give a shout out to my follower on Instagram because she recommended these, and I'll link them in the info box below for you or write it out for you, because these are some antihistamine eye drops, and I think that these have been working for me. It's hard to tell just because it's been rainy the last couple days, so I don't know, but I really appreciate her telling me about these because I didn't know what I was going to do. It was like every second of the day my eyes were bothering me, and it was really hard to concentrate on other things because it was just like, I want to rub my eye, but I know if I rub my eye, it's going to actually feel worse. So it doesn't even help anything. It's just kind of like when you've got eye allergies, every time you blink, you're reminded of how uncomfortable it is. Especially I'm a contact lens wearer. It wasn't any different between contacts and glasses. Like my eyes were still uncomfortable in glasses, and I can't see as well with glasses. So you know, I just kind of, you put these in 10 minutes before you do your contacts, and then you're all good. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk to you guys about while I have you here. I am gonna be posting my older vlogs. So that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about because they were filmed a couple months ago before this whole thing was going on in the United States. And so there is some travel footage and stuff, and I don't want people to come for me and be like, you know, you're not supposed to be traveling, you should be staying home, even though it will say the date and time on when I was traveling, and I'll preface it in the beginning of the video. I'll also title it appropriately, and I'm talking to you about it here, but I know people will still be like, I can't believe she's out. This is like ridiculous. But I don't want to throw away those vlogs. Normally, if I've got old footage, I would just throw it out, but some of the things I do want to still share with you guys, like my time in Miami. You know, it was my first time there. I was there partially for work, like the first half was for work, and then I extended my trip because I've got friends out there that I wanted to see. So I want to show you guys that, and that's some footage that like I wouldn't be able to really replicate. So you will see that. And then also in January, I worked so hard in January on content and then didn't end up editing any of it. So I am gonna still show it to you. I basically talked to you about my psoriasis, which I'm still dealing with, by the way. I didn't think that that was gonna be a thing you know, like fast forward to now, I didn't think, I've been still hanging in there, still going strong. So I talk about that a little bit. Maybe I'll talk to you about it a little bit more in like an updated thing, or I don't know. I do have a type of psoriasis, which I talk about in the vlog, plus I'll be putting pictures and all that kind of good stuff so you get to see it. And I want to put that up. I also kept track of every dollar that I spent in the month of January because I thought that that maybe would be interesting, but I haven't actually counted it up or anything yet. So I do still have to work on that aspect of it. I do have one vlog ready to go. My psoriasis one is totally ready to go, but I wanted to touch base with you guys here first, just because it's been so long since I've been on my channel, and also since that's been filmed. It's April. Hello. It's funny because I actually mentioned it in that vlog where I was like, I want you guys to be able to get these videos now and not in like April or something. I'll probably start working on putting together my January vlog just so you don't get the January vlog in, you know, April. So anyway. How did I know, right? I just know me, I guess. My Miami trip. So I went to Miami for Super Bowl week. Like I said, part of it was for work, and then I stayed a little bit longer. And I lost my voice third day in, at dinner, mid-dinner, which was really bizarre. That's never happened to me before, but it did. And I thought like it was just from going out and talking so much and just, you know, whatever, traveling. And the weather wasn't really that great since it was so early in the season and all of that. And I just figured it was kind of like that. Sometimes I can get a little bit sick when I travel if I don't bring like my little emergency packets. Normally I'll do like emergency and orange juice, and that really kind of helps me out a lot. But I didn't bring it on that trip because I just thought like, whatever, it's a domestic trip, I don't really need it, but I should have definitely brought it. And then when I got home, you know, when you're done traveling, your immune system like kind of drops or whatever. It goes, I don't know what it does. It goes into shock. I don't know what it does. But you sometimes when you have been doing like a lot of stuff, when you finally calm down, then you'll get a little bit sick. And that's what happened to me. But I was actually sick for like 3 or 4 weeks, which is a really long time for me. I'm normally only sick for like 24 hours, 48 hours, up to a week. And that's normally like if I had the flu, which I haven't had the flu since I was like 8 years old, then I'll be sick for like a week. But I didn't have like horrible symptoms. I just had lost my voice for a month, but it was nothing crazy. I didn't have a fever. But the not having a voice thing is kind of a big deal when you do YouTube, because like, duh, I need to be able to communicate with you guys and talk to you. And I could have edited my vlog footage during that time, but I really just wanted to focus on getting sleep and feeling better because I wanted to get better as soon as possible. So that took up my entire February. My entire January I did film. And then in March, one of my friends that used to live out here but now lives in Miami, that I visited in Miami, then came here for a doctor's appointment, and I visited them and I dropped them off at the airport and all of that. It was just the two of us, and we're both kind of homebodies anyway, so I wasn't really that concerned considering I'd just seen them like not that long before. If it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't have, but I didn't know when I would see them again. Other than that, I've not hung out with a single person since then. So it's been almost a month since I've hung out with any friends or anything. I don't know if I will really hang out with anyone. I know they say that you can hang out like in small groups and stuff, but I probably won't, to be honest with you. I think if I hang out with someone, it'll be like one-on-one, and there's only like one person I can think of right now that I would consider even hanging out with. Other than that, I'm just gonna kind of bunker down and wait it out here because I've got plenty of stuff to do, plenty of things I should be doing, like editing those videos. I wanna get up more content for you guys because I know you guys are bored too and you're missing, you know, all of my stuff. I get a lot of messages, which I really appreciate, just kind of checking in on me and seeing also when's the next vlog. That's like, probably, I don't know, I get that comment a lot, or like that message a lot, so I know you guys are missing it, and I want to put that up for you while this whole thing's going on so we all have something to do. But it's been hard to kind of just like get back into everything after, I don't know, that's kind of just how I am. Like if I take a break, it's hard for me to get back into it, but if I'm just kind of in a routine with it, then you know, it's no problem. So that's basically all I wanted to say. I think I've kept you here long enough. My camera is overheating and has been for a little while now, and my battery's finally dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Feel free to leave me any comments in the comment section below. I normally check them for the first 3 or 4 days, and then after that you can always DM me on Instagram. I'm really good with the DMs and comments and things like that, so if you ever want to reach me or see what I'm doing, I actually post to Instagram pretty much every day, so that's really a good place to check. I know most of my audience is here on YouTube, but if you ever want to check that out, I'll be there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe, like I said, and we'll get through this. It's honestly gonna go by, I think, pretty decently fast. You just have to change your own mindset with it and try to focus on doing positive things for yourself and things that will better your time. Like, make the most out of the time that you have at home and things that we're doing, even though I know it's like a sad and like scary time right now. Just kind of do your best with it and control what you can control. So you can't control some of the things that are happening, but you can control yourself and your own thoughts and things like that. I want my platforms always to be a positive place and something that can kind of not distract you, but give you kind of just like a moment away. So that's kind of what I always want it to be, whether it be on Instagram, just posting something that is like aesthetically pleasing, or just something that's bright and happy, or if it's, you know, talking about, you know, whatever random little things that are going on in my life. I really hope that it lets you just kind of take a breather for a second and not worry about so much of the other stuff that's going on. So hopefully my videos and my Instagram posts and things like that can be just a little bit of normalcy for you during this time, and you know, that it like somehow helps you through a little bit. It helps me. So I do it for myself, but I also do it for you guys, and I hope that you can get something out of it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay home, and I will talk to you all very soon.